And this is it, Audi's latest rollout of the S3. It's hard at first to lay a finger on it, but something has changed. This is the Sportback, the 5-door variant of the compact out of Ingolstadt. Hold on, the S3 has only been available in a 3-door version up till now, hasn't it? This car looks more like a small station wagon, but it's 100% S-Class. What happened? Audi's Johannes Lindemeyer tells us that the new S3 can now be purchased with roof luggage rails. In other words, it's now available in the Sportback edition, and not just as a 3-door version. It has a little more cargo space, and Lindemeyer thinks the coupe-like lines work very well with the S3. It's a beauty, he says. You can't argue with that. And the body style isn't the only dramatic change that Audi has made to their compact sports car. A lot has happened under the hood as well. The permanent 4-wheel quattro drive still provides traction in pretty much any driving situation. But the latest generation S3 now floats on the latest generation of high-tech suspension, employing a digital shock absorber system. Lindemeyer says that the S3 now also offers the car maker's magnetic ride technology, which is a shock absorber regulator that employs a magnetorheological fluid. This magnetic suspension used in the shock absorbers can change its driving characteristics in fractions of a second, from sporty to comfortable. That means the car corners like a weasel, he says, but on long distance trips, you just have to press the button and the focus switches to comfort. The new S3's front end is dominated by a large radiator grille. The silver mirrors and roof railings are eye-catching details from the side view. The small roof edge spoiler to the rear betrays the car's sporty ancestry. The S3's slightly altered 2-liter TFSI engine still harnesses the 265 horsepower that can catapult the new Audi from 0 to 100 in a mere 5.8 seconds. Its top speed is 250 kilometers per hour. And the interior is also as sporty as it comes. Just like in a Formula One racer, the steering wheel is flattened over the legs. A surprising touch is the black background on the gauge dials, not really Audi standard. The bucket seats provide ambitious weekend racers with plenty of support. It's a trade-off because they also mean you have to work a little harder to enter and exit the cockpit. When it comes to cargo space, the S3 has become a little more family-friendly. Audi promises that the car measures up to daily tasks as well as it does to the track. The new S3 Sportback can be had in Germany for just under 38,000 euros. This month, the 7th generation Ford Fiesta is set to arrive in dealer showrooms in Germany. The revamped design makes the compact look much sportier. Buyers can choose from several engines that generate between 60 and 120 horsepower. According to Ford, a fuel-efficient Econetic model that emits 100 grams of CO2 per kilometer will follow soon. The new Fiesta sticker price of just under 11,000 euros makes it a clear rival to the VW Polo and Opel Corsa. Mercedes is launching its S600 Pullman Guard, an armored limousine that protects passengers from many dangers, such as projectiles and explosives. Mercedes took a standard S600 limousine, stretched the wheelbase, and raised the roof to provide more headroom. A V12 bi-turbo engine that generates 518 horsepower makes it easy to get out of a danger zone quickly. Modifications to the chassis, suspension, and brakes allow the limousine to carry the extra weight of 1.5 tons. The Eifel Rennen race is back. It first took place at the opening of the Nürburgring racetrack in 1927. Now, the race is celebrating a comeback, with antique cars from all over the world coming together for a very special meeting. Motorsport history condensed into 13 races, convoys, and endurance tests. This visitor likes that you can look at the cars up close. This man thinks it's great. She came here all the way from Berlin specially for the event. And this guy says the day couldn't be any better. Another 30,000 visitors have come over a 3-day period to admire racers from different eras of the sport's history. One of the top attractions is this lineup, a huge collection of pristine antique beauties. Many of the cars here were successful racers in the 1920s. Along with historic cars, you can also meet a historic person or two. Formula One racing legend Jochen Maas is impressed with the event. He says there's a huge number of quality cars here, and response has been excellent. It also shows that there are a large number of such cars here in the immediate region, and they're happy to come to the Eifel Rennen. Maas takes advantage of the rare opportunity to pilot a 1939 Mercedes Silver Arrow through a couple of demonstration laps. Another highlight of the event are the Porsches, a line of rare and famous models almost 1.5 football fields long. And no historic car event worth its salt would be complete without the famous 6-wheeled Tyrrell racer from the 1970s. The event has drawn fans from abroad as well, including Tony Smith, the former manager of rock and roll band Pink Floyd.
I think this is a great meeting. I really enjoyed it. There's some very good racing and some lovely cars here. And there was a great display of old cars as well down at the old paddock. Some really nice cars here. And the racing's been very good. So I enjoyed it a lot. It's good.
Classic cars in mint condition, Indian summer weather, and exciting races. For the visitors, it's both the perfect way to spend a weekend and a trip into the past. More than 1,000 antique vehicles came to this year's event. The Eifel Rennen races were run on the track's infamous North Loop and on the Grand Prix stretch. It was a real challenge for the unique racers from yesteryear. So start making plans. The Eifel Rennen will be taking place once again in 2009.